Hey, good evening, fam. Good evening. Listen, before I wrap up my day today, I wanted to just share a little bit of achievement today. Obviously, some of you guys know that I released my book about a month and some ago. From Jollof to Jumbo Policies, the story of an immigrant insurance pro. And I'm going to read a couple of paragraphs to you guys in a minute. But as of today, we just hit 251 books sold today. Now, our goal is to hit 1,000 by June 1st. I don't believe, well, let me not say I don't believe because anything can happen. But we're right now short by 749. 749 is how much we're short by. So I'm trying to ramp up the activity. Trying to connect with more people, trying to push this thing, right? Because, we had that goal for a reason, because the next thing is like we want to, start to go to hardcover, and then get into the stores, right? And with us selling like that amount of books, hopefully will give us, some negotiation leverage, right? So listen, again, I'm excited because I've never done it. I've never done this before. It was something that was that I was pushed to do. I didn't think I had it in me to write a book, or at least not right now, because I feel as though that that my story is still building, and it will suggest that, hey, you got a story now. Let people hear it. So, but yeah, I thank everybody. I thank everybody who have been a great support. My client out in Texas, my client over here in Maryland, that bought quite a few amount of books from one household. Who else did I have? Oh, I had a couple of people in Georgia that bought, a lot of books from me and stuff like that. So I really appreciate everybody and their effort, and I love my clients to death, because as soon as I send them the flyer for the book, it was no questions asked. The next thing you know, I'm getting like Cash Apps, like Zelles and everything. I was like, man, I love my clients to death. So, yeah, I really appreciate everybody for this. Let me take a minute, right, because this book to me, and it's not because it's my book, but I think it was well thought out and well put together, and I believe it will help, somebody out there who, especially if you're younger, or whether you're a foreigner or immigrant, or you're, a red-blooded American, it doesn't matter, right? At the end of the day, we all have a beginning, struggles, and places that and destination that we're trying to get to. So I believe this book will help quite a lot of people. So yeah, let me get started with chapter 1, from Lagos to New York. Right, that's the title of chapter 1. I arrived in America in 1987 with a heart full of dreams, a stomach full of jollof rice, and a suitcase that had seen better days. I was just a kid, eyes wide open, marveling at everything from the size of the building to the taste of the pizza. My first destination, the bustling city of New York. Nothing prepares you for that first blast of winter air when you've only known tropical heat. I thought the cold was personal, like, why is the air attacking my face? But I quickly learned to layer up and walk fast, two essential survival skills in the concrete jungle. School was a culture shock. The accents were different, the food was strange. What was meatloaf anyway? And the kids were curious. I quickly learned how to blend in, crack jokes, and defend my lunch from potential snack thieves. Excuse me, guys. Still, I never lost my essence. I was a ninja boy with hustle in his veins. Even as a child, I felt a quiet pressure to make it, to succeed, to make my parents proud. We weren't rich, but we were rich in hope, and that hope fueled me through every awkward introduction, every icy morning at the bus stop, and every spelling bee I didn't quite win. Still bitter about Pharaoh. Some of y'all don't know, but I was in the spelling bee almost every year, and I will always get to, just close enough, where I made it to It's not national. I think is it state, and then from there you go to nationals or whatever. But yeah, looking back, those early years were the foundation. That's where the seeds of resilience were planted. Because when you've had to restart your life in a strange land, everything else feels conquerable. Chapter 2, Elementary, My Dear Uncle. Started elementary school in America was like being dropped into a Disney Channel episode without subtitles. I spoke English, but my accent was thicker than a pot of ogono soup. Kids stared, teachers smiled awkwardly. I became the new kid from Africa, as if Africa were a single country. I remember my first spelling test. I wrote favorite with a U, like the British taught us. The teacher marked it wrong. I protested. She smiled and said, "Welcome to America." That was the day I realized even the English here needed translation. But I adjusted. I made friends, some curious, some kind, some confused. I taught them about Nigeria, and they taught me about Pop-Tarts and football that use hands. School became my playground of growth. I wasn't just learning math, I was learning survival, confidence, and how to code switch better than any translator app. Listen, I'm gonna stop there. If you guys have an interest in this book, I mean, it's a wonderful book. It's a quick read, full of jokes and laughter, and a few life experience. Guys, just message me, text me, let me know if you're interested, and we'll get the book out to you. But trust me, it's worth it's only $9.99, guys, and it's worth every single penny. You're gonna enjoy it, and I think you're probably gonna read it multiple times, to be honest with you. All right. So listen, other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed rest of your day. Talk to y'all soon.